So, more manager speculation! And at this rate, I'm just going to throw James and Jack from the Talking Wednesday into the ring and say, hey, they can do it, they've got good football manager experience.
Hello and welcome to this video. You could like, share and subscribe to the channel, much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, subscribing lets me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when video go live. So, it's another day and it's another
Manager speculation!
Yeah, we're getting bored now. We're getting fed up now. We all want a gaffer in now by this. Darren Moore got relieved of his duties on the 19th. Apparently it was the 15th that they wanted to do it. So 19th, that's 1 week, that's 2 weeks. We're now into the third week of looking for a new manager, which I understand it's going to take a while for Chansiri to get that right person he wants to get in. But I said it before. Chansiri takes a long time in getting managers in. He always has done. It's nothing new on this one. He has done a lot. So we are looking apparently into contentation. Basically this person throwing his hats in the ring apparently is Jess Thorup. I think that's how you say it. Danish manager. He's out of work since leaving Copenhagen. The 53-year-old has been out of work since September. He did okay with the teams he's had. He was at a Danish club. I'm not going to try and say their name, but they won the Danish Super League. He's also managed to have 3 years in charge of Ghent and Genk. They went to Denmark again and got Copenhagen 2021 the second league title in 2021-2022. And when he left in September 2022, it produced a poor league start, but ended time with a 55.68 win rate, taking charge of 88 games. Now, he did get them to the Europa League as well, and did okay there. We'll just go to stats a minute. So this is who we're looking at. He's Danish, he's 53. There his matches at Copenhagen, 80 matches, 49 wins, 18 draws, 21 losses, 1.93 per game, point per match, 1.8. At Genk, he had 2.2. But that's who apparently we are looking at. And it will be interesting to see what happens next and who comes in next, because we're being linked with here, there, and everyone. Yesterday it was Francesco Munza. I think that's how you say his name. I'm probably got it on the Watford manager. And again, we're going into week number 3 of this now, and we still don't have a manager or head coach. And I'm going to do a video about the differences of head coach and manager today. I'm going to try and have that as a 12 o'clock video. But it is getting to that point where it needs to be sorted. We've got our first pre-season game at the weekend versus York. And at the moment, it looks like Tomo and co are going to be taking that. They've been taking the pre-season training when they have bits and pieces to do when they've been on the pitch. So let's just see what happens next. By all things being said, 1 minute we think there's something done and it seems like something's getting sorted. The next minute it feels like we've had a rug pull completely again. And it's hard for us to put into words as such as Wednesday fans of what we're wanting. We just want to get some stability. And the problem is, again, this is another name that popped up. And it's been really difficult to keep up at the minute, because each day it's a different player. Each day it's a different person. And it's like, I'm not even looking at the bookies now, because bookies don't mean anything. And the problem is, with me having to do this for the channel, I'm having to talk about like the speculation and stuff. And it's one of those things where, as a fan channel, I'm like, great, it's great for my channel, it's great to talk things Wednesday. But I also understand, as a fan base, we are sick and tired of talking about it now, and we want to have a manager or head coach in charge with his own backroom staff. We wanted this done last week, ideally. And I understand people are going to be very much like, well, Chansiri's going to take as long as he wants. He's the person in charge. And I understand that. He's the one who got the situation. He's the owner of the club. So imagine, and we're fans. If you're like in a house and you rent it, you have to ask the owner before you can do paint. Like, we can't ask Chansiri to quickly go get a manager in now without him doing it, because he's the owner. He's the one who's going to be paying him. He's the one who thinks it's going to be right. Again, Gary Thought, he's the one that thinks it's going to be right. He's not had a good past history with some of his appointments, and some of the appointments have worked. We've had a 50-50 split, really. I think Carlos D. Bruce worked. I think Joss worked to a point, but wasn't right for the club eventually. Gary Monk came in and did what he did when he was at Birmingham, knew that it was a club in trouble. Tony Pulis came in, didn't really have the fire to be a manager anymore, as we've seen from that Underkosh interview. And we got Darren Moore in, who managed to guide us back up from League One to the Championship, and probably could have had a chance of being that guy to give us stability, because it sounded like that's what he wanted. It sounded like he was looking to build us on a stable platform, and our stable platform is now, the foundations have gone again. We can't keep having a situation where we get someone in, we let them build foundation, but the moment their foundations are working, we pull it out from them. That's the thing. It's like, we need to stop this short-term thinking and have long-term goals. I'm so sick and tired of every couple of seasons we're having to think of a new plan. We've gone through plan A to Z. We're now on plan A.3.1 kind of thing. Yes, Jess Thorup has a good pedigree. Again, people are going to go back to the whole thing of going,
well, you won't have to Google him, I hope.
Comment. And again, I still think that was a tongue-in-cheek joke that was at the fan forum, and it just didn't work, and it's been completely used as that kind of thing. But I understand it. If someone says you're not going to have to Google him, and then suddenly you're having to Google him to figure out who he is, then it don't help. You've got a situation, we need to get players in. We are falling behind as some players that are probably free agents now. And they're some of the ones that you would want to get in, be able to get them straight in and sorted. But the problem is, when you're having to do that, and you're having to get those in. We've shown we can get players in without a gaffer. We've done it with Reece James. But ideally, you want the gaffer in to have a say who it is and who we're going to be playing. That's ideally, of all things, that's what you want. But at the moment, it doesn't look like we're going to get that. But the new name is Jess Thorup. Thorup. I think that's how you say it. I probably butchered it. I'm butchering every single name that comes up at the minute. That's the name who's been linked, and yeah, it's just what it is, and it's just taking so sodding long at the minute, and it needs to be done. It needs to be done this week. It needs to be done this week. We cannot go in to the week where we play Donny Rovers pre-season and then ready for the pre-season tour with no gaffer. So it needs to get done this week, ideally today.